Hey, 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 hello everybody. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'm going to fix some things. Okay, I think we're okay. I don't know if anybody's watching. I'm going to keep an eye on the chat here. I don't see anybody. It says one watching. I think that's me. So I sent out a bunch of invitations to invite people to join in this impromptu hangout, and we'll see if anybody gets the message. And now I see I got somebody has joined in. I have no idea whether anybody can hear me or anything, because this is different than I normally do my live streams. I usually use OBS, and this is a Hangout, and it's always, since everything in my system is set up for OBS, I have to make a lot of changes when I do a Hangout like this. But we'll see what happens and see if anybody actually shows up here. So I'm going to move a few windows around and maximize my chat. Mike Roche, how are you, my friend? I sent you an invite by mail if you'd like to join in. Back from the sky. Hello, Jason Bigly Leaky. How are you? Good. You can hear me. That's great, and appreciate it. How are you, my friends? Thanks for stopping by on one of these spur of the moment impromptu deals that I'm doing. I sent a bunch of invitations out, and we'll see if anybody decides they want to join me here. All you got to do, if you get it, is just click in the link that I sent you in the email, and it should do all the rest for you. And you should just pop up in the Hangouts, and we'll see what happens. So it says I got 3 people watching now, so that's about it. So now I just wait. And I think I got everything set up right. Time will tell. Do I see a monkey behind you? That's my my pet virtual monkey that I haven't named yet, and I got him sitting up on my microphone. Hey, Hugh, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Give Mike Roach a few minutes. Okay, that'd be great. Hugh, I sent you an email too. Rodney's here. Rodney says, yes, I'm going to the dark side. I've been threatening to do it, and here it is, guys. I just got this yesterday, and today in the mail, I got my goggles, and I downloaded a simulator and tried it yesterday, and believe it or not, it actually I actually could fly the thing. It's a very strange combination of what I'm used to, flying RC jets, RC helicopters, and camera drones. Camera drones, yes, camera drones. Yeah, the monkey, back from the sky, the monkey is basically virtual. I like it. Virtual monkeys, they don't eat a lot, they don't make a mess, and they do keep me company. So that's pretty nice. I see a couple of people say they're going to join in here, and that'd be great. That'd be great, guys. I didn't know if this was a convenient time for everybody, but it just seems like there's just never a convenient time anyway. So I thought better do it. I hadn't really done anything since Tuesday morning when I did the live stream, and my Tuesday morning deal is way too early for an awful lot of people, and especially guys out on the West Coast, and it's kind of almost the middle of the night in Australia. But I picked that time originally to try to fit in and not step on a lot of people who have regularly scheduled live streams. But more and more people are live streaming, and it's just getting very, very hard to find a time, and especially I don't think Roger minds if sometime I happen to step on him a little bit because people come and go out of all these chats. Nobody hangs around and looking at my analytics for for these live streams. It says that the average view duration is about 12 to 15 minutes, out of a 2.5 hour live stream. That means people are coming and going. And I hope if you guys will understand that I probably won't have a lot of time here until a bunch of people get in the chat to actually answer in the chat window. But I am watching it. And Ricky Dove and Drone Worship, the Revolution. How are you guys? Good to see you. Dan, glad you're in the house. And Ricky, Jason, you're in Spain. Wow. Let me give you a blue wrench like everybody else, and welcome to my live stream. It says there's 9 of us in here right now, so and there's no echoes, no everything seems to be working. This this Hangouts live stream is very, very simple, and I'm using my OBS as a virtual camera in the Google Hangout, so I can still have all the fancy scenes and everything else, but it is coming out over Hangouts nonetheless. And Dan, Drone Worship, what do you think? You guys, it's all your fault, Been watching so many of the FPV videos, and I've been going nuts, and I just got so much of a thrill flying these 200-mile-an-hour turbine jet models that I think this is going to be fun. And interestingly enough, I've been trying to get a bunch of recommendations from everybody, and I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube and listening to a lot of people in the community, and I've settled to start with, and whether it's wrong or right, this is what I settled with. I went out and tried to buy the regular. This is the Q7. This is the S. This is the S model. And the reason that I got the S model was all the places in China, Banggood, GearBest, they were all out of stock on the stupid thing. The price was $109 on it, and that's about what I wanted to spend. But then all the descriptions say, well, it doesn't come with a battery, it doesn't come with a charger, it doesn't come with a case, it doesn't come with this, it doesn't come with that. So I went on to Amazon. Let me stop here a second. Hey, Mike Kelly, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by to this little white t-shirt impromptu live stream to talk about and maybe get some advice from you guys about my new little adventure I'm going to start out on, and that is flying FPV. So back to the transmitter story. I went on to Amazon and I saw the S model. Hey, Tim Robinson, how are you? I saw the S model and it was $189, but it came with a battery. It came with a charger. And the S model, unlike what I've heard about the regular QX7, actually has a charging port in it, right there, that you just plug in. So you don't have to keep taking the battery out and stressing that battery connector. And I know from what I've seen, a lot of guys actually solder a battery extension lead onto it for charging purposes. But it had that. It came with this case here, and it came with the charger and a neck strap, and it also came with a 900 megahertz transmitter module and another antenna for this, and then it has the stick protector things that you stick on it. So for $189, by the time I got done with the original one that Amazon was selling for $140 and put a $20 battery in it and bought a case for it and did all that other stuff, I'd be right there at the $189 for the S model. So I figured, well, why not? I'll buy the S. So I bought the S model. And I bought these, and I haven't even opened them yet because the mailman just dropped them off like 5 minutes ago. So I haven't had a chance to even look at them. But the problem that I have is goggles. In order for me to even use those DJI goggles, I had to go get a very special pair of glasses made because I have I need what they call prism correction. And what that means is that one of my eyes sees just a little higher than the other. And when it gets darker out, when I used to fly my model jets, if it was late at night and it wasn't real bright and I looked up at the sky, I would see two airplanes, one over the other. And if I shut one eye, this one disappeared. If I shut the other eye, this one disappeared. And if I took my glasses and I went like this with them, the two airplanes would come together. So I went back to my eye doctor and I said, "What the hell is going on?" He said, "Well, you need prism correction." He explained it to me what it was. I said, "Well, how come after all these years of wearing glasses, nobody ever caught it?" And they said, "Well, it's not something we routinely look for, but you got it." So what they have is one of these lenses is like a prism, and it actually bends the light a little bit. I had to have a pair of special glasses made, reading glasses made for inside of the DJI goggles, and they work great that way. I can't wear any goggles that won't let you wear glasses, and that pretty much kind of eliminates the fat sharks. So I asked around. A lot of guys said that these Viper things were pretty good, and I have yet to put them on, turn it on, and see whether I can just use my normal reading glasses, which have my normal vision glasses, which have the prism correction in there, and we'll see. So I might end up making a video about those things, a little video about them and how they work for an old guy with strange eyesight. And so I got that. I got the transmitter, and I downloaded that Velasa drone simulator software and fired that up last night and flew around a little bit. And like I said, flying these things is a very strange combination of flying regular RC airplanes and the turbine powered jets, regular RC and RC helicopters. And I really have never even asked anybody, how do you move? Which way do you move the sticks to make the drone do certain things? I just kind of took off and tried playing with it. And I discovered on my own that you need to make coordinated turns, and it's very similar to an RC helicopter. Rodney, you leaving? Well, thanks for stopping by, my friend. I guess you don't have time to jump in on the live chat. So far, everybody's left me here alone. I hope I sent out the right link. If that link I sent any of you guys doesn't work, let me know. Let me know. Chris Hope, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by for a little while. Appreciate it. So I was able to fly this thing on a simulator, and I discovered that it really is pretty close to an RC helicopter. The left stick, the power on the left stick is similar to what the collective on a helicopter does. The right stick does pretty much what all the rotor inputs do on a helicopter, which is just not turn the helicopter, but just kind of change the attitude of it. And then you need to follow around in the turns with the yaw axis, which is what you do on a helicopter when you fly the tail around. So making coordinated turns was exactly like you would do in a helicopter, and that is both sticks, yaw and roll at the same time. And I'm gonna learn in the acro mode, because that's to be more like flying. If I want a drone that just stops when you let go of it, I'll fly the Mavics. So that's where I am. I ordered a what's the name of that? The Tyro 99 kit, and I'm going to get out all the old tools and the soldering irons and get back to building again. But I think after a couple weeks of flying on the simulator, I could be okay. Mike Roche, how are you, my friend?
Okay, how you doing, Mitch?
Good to see you. Thanks for bailing me out here, man. I was beginning to run out of what to say.
Let me get myself into full screen mode, I believe.
Okay.
And
well, good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. Let me get my mic the computer a little further away and the mic a little closer.
Okay, let me get my control panel up here and see if everybody can hear you. If the volume's loud enough, I can crank it up a little bit for you. So what have you been up to?
Oh, just it's been winter up here, but it's we had some pretty good snow over the week and stuff. But so I've been pretty much kind of staying at the house for the week. But last weekend had a good time with my family. We did some stuff, going to see my niece do Irish dancing and things like that. And then it was last weekend was my birthday, so my family all took me out for a nice steak dinner on Sunday. So that was a lot of fun, and it was nice just to get out, do something different, So.
Mikey, somebody is ringing me on Skype.
Okay.
Mike, if you're listening, we're on Hangouts, and I emailed you a link, Mike. So check your email and see if you got a link to click on for the Hangouts. This is a Hangouts deal, not a Skype deal, and we definitely want to get in. So you're in there, and I know you're listening. So just check for your email. Now, does anybody hear any kind of echoes or anything like that, or did I actually set it up correctly? Let me know in the chat. Do you hear it? Well, you're not listening to the stream, Mike, are you?
No, I've got you right on the Hangout. So
hey, there he is.
Hey, guys.
It's Mike and Mike.
Now we got the enthusiasm in the house. Now,
dude, when I seen your face, I jumped off the couch. I got to get in for Mikey, man.
Oh, man.
So, all right, so Mitch, how you going to do this? There's two mics. Who am I and who is he? How you going to separate us?
You'll be Michael.
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 Yeah.
Michael.
All right. He's Mike, I'm Michael.
Michael.
All right. Go ahead, guys. I'm waiting for coffee, so do your thing. I apologize for jumping in like that. Go ahead. I'm getting my coffee. Excuse me for a minute.
All right.
No
apologies, man. The more the merrier. I must have sent out 5 or 6 emails to start with, and I figured, well, if they all show up, there won't be any room. But we'll give them a few minutes to see who chimes in, and then anybody else that might like to join us, just let me know in the chat, and it's a piece of cake to bring you in here.
Yeah, this is my first time using the Hangouts on my laptop, and I had to agree to a couple of things with Google in order to get on. But you just hit OK and trust that they're not taking your firstborn, and it got me in here anyway. And but how about you, Mitch? I saw earlier you got a new remote there.
Yeah, like I say, you guys, all you FPV guys have got those stick itch again to grab a hold of something that just goes fast and goes where you point it, and you really fly it instead of just drive it around the sky. Hey, Mikey, did you see this?
Yeah, I'm very, very, very jealous, man.
I thought you had a whole bunch of FPV stuff.
I do. I have the S7. Is that what the X7? I forget the freaking name of it. The Q7.
Yeah, this is the Q7S.
That's why I'm jealous, because you got the better one.
Actually, the better one didn't cost much more than the Q7 these days. I don't know if you heard me, but I told everybody that by the time I got done adding up on Amazon what it would cost me to buy Q7, I was within like $20 of the S, which came with everything: case, battery, charger, the whole 9 yards. So didn't pay not to get it.
And you can also I think it's a couple of dollars, $50 or something, and you could buy the gimbals. That's the only difference. It's the Hall gimbals.
Well, this has got the Hall gimbals in it.
Correct. That's what I mean. Like I kind of, when I bought mine, I didn't go for the better one because I didn't know if I was going to like it. So what I figured is I went the cheapest way, and then figured if I really like it, I'll just upgrade the gimbals. And then basically I have an S, because that the difference between the regular one and the one you have is basically the gimbals, and also the color. You got to really find, you know, you got the color on it. Mine's is just a basic, I don't think it's black or green or whatever the frick color I got. But, you know, you got the cool carbon color. So that was the difference. It was the color and the whole gimbals. Yeah, if you know, I love it. So I could definitely see myself upgrading. But Mitch, them goggles are pretty cool. Now, why didn't you get Fat Sharks or something like that?
I can't with my eyes, Mike. There's no way that that I could use the Fat Sharks. I've tried some of those. I need to wear glasses under them because I have a certain kind of prism correction. And
they have diopters that slide in there. Can't you have?
It would probably cost me $300 to have the set of lenses that I would need made for the Fat Sharks. So
totally understand. Yeah.
And a lot of people have been really raving about this this Viper thing, and actually I haven't even opened it up yet. But
yeah, that's a good. I'm hearing a lot of good things about that as well. Yeah. The way it that's the one where it projects the picture, right? It's in a mirror on the top, and it shoots it down. So
it shoots it down around the sides and back, and it makes you feel like you're far away from it, which means I may be able to actually wear my regular distance glasses. Let me say hello to a couple of guys in the chat here real quick. Mike Sarney, your buddy Mike from Philly, is here. How you doing, Mike? And Roland, how are you? How are you? Who else we got that I haven't said hello to yet? I think I got everybody.
Yeah. Hello,
anyway.
Mike.
Hey guys.
Mike, you locked up there for a second.
Who, me? I locked up.
Your big picture did. There you go. You're all right now. You're back now.
Oh yeah, I did lock up. Is that mine? God damn it. Yeah, there's something going on with my internet, Mitch. I gotta, you know, what I need to do is just go out and buy a camera. I need a camera because I have a really good computer here with it, and I'm using the lesser end computer to do it, and it's an all-in-one. It's got the mic and the camera built into it. But I'll bet you if I got one of them Logitechs, it would probably do a lot better on this other computer I have. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm noticing that too, and. So if I go
your video is very jumpy, but that's okay. We can still see you. We can still see you. Mike, I see you got Mike Roche. I see you got a fancy microphone.
Yeah, I've actually had this for a couple of years. I forget what brand it is. What is it?
Is that the Audio Technica like I have?
Yes, it's an Audio Technica.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I got.
You know, a pop screen on it or anything, but you know, I tried to get fancy a couple of years ago, and you know, this is my first chance to really use it for any good purpose.
Well, sounds good. Sounds good. You don't have a monkey sitting on yours though.
No, I got a chip on my shoulder though.
Yeah, the same one sits on my shoulders, Mike.
Right. You can call that the chimp on your shoulder.
The chip and the monkey. I got weight on both shoulders.
So and Mike, I really enjoyed that sunrise you did the other morning there, where the river was on fire, baby.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. You were up for that one.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, that was pure emotion because when I went out into my, I'm not allowed to say it, but I was in my car, but I saw the drone perfectly.
Right.
But when I went out, it was kind of gray. It wasn't, you know, I didn't know what kind of sunrise it was going to be. And I'm telling you, Mike, just slowly, and the reason I went out is because of the way the clouds were. And I started to see light come up, and I saw like separation in cloud. Whenever you see a clear sky and there's all kinds of clouds in that clear sky that you can define clouds, you're going to have a good sunrise, because the sun reflects off of the clouds and all. So I ran out, long stories, I just ran out and I went, all right, let's see if I get lucky here. And sure enough, my God, I mean, the sky was on fire. It was
And you already thought the sun had already come up.
Yes, yes.
A second there. And then all of a sudden it blew your mind, because all of a sudden it starts hitting the underbelly of the clouds first. And then you see the sun come up on the horizon after that.
And hey, you got some explanation to do too, buddy, because I went to this guy right here, Mitch. I'm telling you, man, everybody needs to get onto his channel and start start all the way at the back and start working your way up, because I did that. And let me tell you something. This freaking guy is not talking about what he does, but let me tell you, he is a freaking talented pilot. I'm telling you, you should see the flights that this guy does. It's so natural. And I just sat there. I was very, very envious, dude, especially with your disability, to be able to move that drone and to do what you were doing with it. I was blown away. I mean, he was under trees. He was in freaking swamps. I don't do that shit.
One of my drones is still there.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
and I understand why. He was so close to things. It was amazing.
Yeah, I like to live dangerously, but, you know, thank God for that 8-pass system. That was the one in the swamp going by all the branches.
Yes.
Was with the Mavic Air. And,
you know, Mike, I was going to ask you that. Did you have 8-pass on in the swamp?
Yeah.
Okay, because it was just.
That wasn't me.
See, you should have lied. You should have lied.
Oh, yeah, I'm that talented.
Yeah.
Actually, if I started the channel out, you know, I didn't think I'd ever have any videos to really show anybody. I started it 5 years ago because I have trouble with my fingers. So I like to bowl. I used to bowl a lot as a kid. And I found these bowling balls that have these retractable suitcase handles that are spring loaded. So I just took a couple of videos of that and started the YouTube channel to show people in case somebody else wanted to buy one. And then, you know, and all of a sudden I got a drone and then a couple of flights. You know, I figured, no one's going to subscribe. And but then all of a sudden, you know, you start getting, you know, I think 30 subscribers 2 weeks ago, and now it's up to 86.
Yeah, woo!
So it's from hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
I think it's Roger. I think it's you hang out with Roger and you meet all these people, and that's where I seem to have gotten so many of my subscribers.
Yeah,
it's really something. So Michael, you had a little adventure this morning. And see, you're out of jail. You knew I was going to talk about this.
Yeah,
you're out of jail, and you did a live stream, and
that's right.
Had some very, very strange flying with that drone, and I don't know how many people who've watched that actually knew what was going on and realized just how good a drone pilot you are, because
and you can't tell from the flying, but when I got home and when I got in the car, I realized, and thanks to you, I saw what I did, because I realized it when I brought the drone down, but I kind of didn't think I was flying that way until you texted me and said, "Hey, Mike, you never straightened your camera out when you were in the car and you did the swipe." And guys, this is what happened. So I was in the car and I did my live stream, right? And I wanted to show everybody the park that I was going to fly in. So I long pressed my screen like you can on the Mavic 2, and I swiped over nice and slow and maybe a 45-degree angle into the park that I was going to fly. Well, here's what I didn't do. Then from that point on, I took the drone out. I walked into the park to do a flight for you guys. I never straightened out my gimbal. So, and I noticed this because, and I should have noticed this, because as I was walking to the spot, climbing up this freaking snowy hill in the rain, in the snow, I'm trying to point the camera to myself to say hello. and the camera wouldn't show my face. It was pointed sideways, and it would. And I'm like, okay, maybe it just needs time. I'm on a hill, whatever. I still didn't pick it up. I put the drone down, I take the frig off, and I start to go forward. And the first thing I say on the video is, man, I must need like a stick calibration or something because the thing is flying to the side. And then I'm thinking, well, it ain't that windy. So then I started blaming it on the wind. So I guess at 200 feet, there must be a lot of wind or something because, man, I'm totally sideways here on the stick. To fly straight, I was in total left stick. So, guys, I thought it was just it. Okay, it's windy. The drone is flying straight. My sticks are uncalibrated. So I tried to start doing orbits around this freaking thing. And somehow I was jerky and I'm like, yeah, please excuse me, it's windy. And I could not get an orbit. But here and there, I pulled a couple off, only to find out that I was doing orbits sideways. And looking at the camera, everything I did this morning was at a 45-degree angle.
Can you imagine, Mike, you're flying and forward on the drone is this way, sideways, but the camera is looking this way. So you give it forward, and from the camera you see it going sideways.
So I had to make the adjustments over.
And he actually was flying. And I was out for my morning walk this morning when he went live, and I didn't get a chance to watch it live. But as soon as I got home, I still had some of my cigar left, so I went out on my back porch and I turned on the TV and I got his video up on the live stream, and I'm sitting there watching it, and I knew immediately what happened, because you could see the propeller. And the foot of the drone, which happens when you manually move that gimbal all the way over. And he's complaining, the wind did this, the wind, and I'm screaming my guts out at the TV. Center the gimbal, center the gimbal. So,
and at one time I'm saying, I don't know what's wrong. I think that's the propellers. And then I said, boy, I never saw that before. The leg get into the picture. Wow.
But you know, Mike, I fully understand, because when you're sitting back, safe and sound, smoking on a cigar, watching, it's a whole different deal than when you're flying and your drone's up in the air and you're tense about this, you're nervous about that, and any kind of problem you have, you perceive it as something that's serious. You don't know what it is, and you stop thinking sometimes. You just stop thinking.
And here's what it was. And I told you on the phone, Mitch, and this is why, guys, it is so important. Pre-flight checks are so important. And this morning's failure, which could have turned into a disaster, and thank God it didn't, thanks to race drones and just, able to do acro flying. And I'm telling you, I can't thank the race drone hobby enough for what it's enabled me to do in the camera drone world. But what I did wrong, or what you guys didn't see is, today was my stream out of jail, the whole, 90-day thing. So I sat in my car from 6:30 to when I finally went live, not knowing what to do. I mean, I was so afraid. I suffer from just, I'm bashful. I got issues. And so, I was in a groove, and then it stopped me. The YouTube just stopped me. And then for 3 months, everything I did was on video. So if I didn't like it, I could cut it out or whatever. And then all of a sudden, that whole live thing started getting to me, and it started getting in my head. Everybody's going to see exactly what I'm doing. And what if I say this? And what if I say that? So and then finally, when I went live, guys, I just hit the freaking button and said, this is who I am. Set me for who I am. That's it. I'm just going live. And I hit it. So the whole flying thing, my head was in another world. And that's how you get in trouble. That's exactly how you get in trouble. So you know, next time I know. And I did the breathing exercise. I tried everything. And thank God for that. I think that's what kept me up in the air and got me back home. But yeah, that's why I see another guy. What's up, you?
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, we're on the same panel.
Yo,
Hey. Oh, here comes Rodney. All right. I knew you guys had.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, holy cow.
All right, guys, and I'll pull a Ken Herron now, and I will see you later.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Mr. Roger.
Rodney, how are you? Rodney.
I'm doing good.
Rodney, let me turn your volume up a little bit here, and Hugh, let me turn your
beard. I want Rodney's beard. Why can't I have a beard like that? It took me 52 years to get this little peach fuzz. 52 years. This guy's got a beautiful, groomed, full face beard.
Well, thank you, sir. I resemble that remark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugh's got a nice beard too. I trim mine. I shave mine off. I don't, you know, there is something to be said for having a long beard because, you know, you can save some of your lunch for an afternoon snack later.
Now, Rodney, you're the guy who Mike always says, "What a perfect beard," right? You're the guy just took a drink of coffee just now.
Actually, that's the first time he's ever said it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're Rodney. I don't have the name straight yet.
Yeah.
I think he's buttering up to me for some reason.
No, I ain't buttering up.
Rodney Bell, what's up?
Screw you, Rodney.
Hey, how's it going? Asgard, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, Hugh is the
I'll
name.
get it.
Okay, that's Asgard. Okay, I got you.
That's you
What's
from
up?
Asgard Studios.
Hugh. Okay.
You.
Hey, you. Did you hear what I said about you this morning?
What?
Me?
Nice things, I hope, right?
Yeah, they're very nice things, but for the longest time, buddy, I was afraid to type your name.
Pronounce my name.
Because I was afraid I was going to put huge instead of you.
I'm huge.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about 300 pounds. I'm huge.
Well, because I have fat issues,
No offense at that.
because I have weight issues, I was very, very nervous. Oh my God, it's going to add an E or a freaking G8. But so I kept looking at other people, how they're spelling your name. I didn't know if it was H-U-E or H-U-G-H.
Oh, crap.
As long as they don't call you huge, you're all right.
And if they do, I mean, guilty. What are you going to do?
So I just stayed out of the conversation. I just didn't talk to you because
Oh, crap. Well, I'm sorry, bud.
I tried to
that'll
call
make
you
you feel
buddy.
great, Mike.
So I just wanted to put that out there. I apologize. Now,
Hey, no problem.
now I don't give a shit.
There you go.
Now, Mike, when you were in jail with YouTube, can you give us an idea what it is that you were in jail for?
Oh God, no.
Without doing it again?
No, and that's the funny thing about it. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. And this is where YouTube needs to really grow up some and at least put down in the thing, or at least send you an email what exactly you did wrong. What I did, the short of it for the 100th time, I've explained this so many times, and it's the same story. I did a live stream. It went up to YouTube. It was perfect. Mr. Lovelady was riding in a car, and I was telling him, I was talking on the phone to him that while I did a live stream, and I almost hit these birds. You know what, Dennis? Let me go into the video. I'll pull out 2 minutes of the bird part, and I'll send it to you. This way, you don't have to watch the 20 minutes. He said, okay. I went on to my video that was already live, pulled out 2 minutes of it, and boom, I got copyright strike. That's it. So I'm thinking it was because I named the video Birds, because I just put birds and took 2 minutes of it. It's the only thing I could think of. Soon as I hit send, it said you have a community strike, and then here came the big mistake. Instead of just leaving the video up, I did what everybody else normally does. I thought, okay, it's a bad video. Let me delete it.
So I did the same thing, yeah.
And I deleted it. And guess what? There's nothing to appeal if you delete the problem.
I'm glad I know that now.
Do not delete it. If you are strike rating, just leave it up. Let them do what they got to do. This way, your appeal, they can go back and see what they're appealing. Because from what I understand, there's algorithms that pick up certain things, and then things get overturned. And the other thing, guys, is this happened on a Friday. So YouTube's closed. I mean, for whoever looks at the things, I guess isn't there on the weekend. So on Monday, it would have been cleared up because I didn't do anything. There wasn't even any speaking because the thing I pulled out was from my SD card. So it wasn't even any talking. So the only thing it could have been was I named it birds, and maybe it just it lit something up. I have no idea. So that's it. That's exactly, and that's what I did that was so wrong. And what sucks is I'm such a controversial guy because of how much energy I got. So when you tell people, oh, I was in jail, right away, it's like, oh, what did you do? Did you curse? Did you kill somebody? Did you fly into a building? And it's none of that. It's just something simple.
Hey, guys, let me take a second here and say hello to a lot of people that have showed up in the chat. We got Art Drone Solutions is here. Art Carlson, everybody knows Art. And Johnson I. Bass, how are you? Welcome. And I saw AJ Alvarez had popped in here for a second, but I haven't seen him back in the chat since. He said hello. I don't know if any people have ever watched any of his videos, but
AJ spent a lot of money, that dude.
Did he?
Yeah, because I keep buying drones that he recommends.
No, I mean the guy. I mean, he's unbelievable. I watch him, and he'll have two drones in the air and a Hero 7 in one hand and a Pocket Osmo in the other hand and an iPad and a cell phone and he's live streaming and he's on a bicycle or a skateboard while all this is going on. It blows my mind.
Yeah. He's got some pretty cool tricks up his sleeve, that dude.
Thomas O'Sullivan, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Even to you, Thomas. I keep telling Thomas, every second person in my family's name is Thomas.
Oh, God. Are you Irish? You?
Well, Irish and Scottish, right? Part of it, so yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Chris Soap, I saw Chris Soap earlier too. And
I love his accent. I love Southerners accent and Irish accent. It's just when an Irish woman speaks or a Scottish,
oh my God,
I melt, dude.
I'm mesmerized. Or Welsh.
Yeah.
Welsh. Whoa.
Oh. I mean, they can have me do anything. If
read the phone book.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. The Welsh accents are great. I could listen to Richard Burton talk all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love his voice.
Hey, Roger's in the house. Hello, Roger. How are you? We are honored. Are you going on tonight, Roger?
Silence. We got who you talking to? Rodney?
Roger. Canadian Drone Hub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just popped in the chat. And nice to have him. I sent him a link in case he wanted to join in the panel. We need about 5 or 10 more people on this panel. Drone Pool. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Hanging out on his channel.
What'd you say, Hugh?
Oh, sorry. I said I was just hanging out on his channel.
Is he live now?
No, but he was.
Huh.
Hey, Mitch.
Yeah.
Mitch. I'm going to have to go. I just wanted to stop in because I saw Philly Mike in there and just had to get on. I was going to give him a hard time, but...
I know you were. Why are you picking on me, Rodney? Why are you
because I like picking on you, Mike. You're a lot of fun to pick on. I'm sure these guys will get used to that and start doing it too. I mean, after all, you are the kid of the bunch.
You're right. You're right. I am. And that's, well, I don't know if that
actually, no, I am.
You shouldn't have said that.
If I'm the kid at 52, guys,
it's scary, isn't it, Mike, when you're the kid?
At 52, you hung yourself, buddy.
I'm an even 5-0 at the moment. So.
Oh, wow. Oh, good deal. So you are the youngster.
Young guy.
Okay.
So let's pick on you.
We'll start picking on you then.
There you go.
Crap.
Thank you, Rodney.
All right, guys. Hey, man, I got to
Hey, Rodney, thanks for
Take
coming
care,
in,
Rodney.
man. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, Rodney.
Good night, everyone out there in the chat. It's been fun.
See ya.
We'll see you next time, buddy.
See ya.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Okay, take care.
So you's only 50, huh? So he's the young guy.
Yeah.
Baby.
It's the baby.
I'm always the oldest guy. That's what's scary. I'm always the oldest guy in the room. Here where I live, we have a veterans club, and there's a lot of I'm a Vietnam era veteran. I never went to Vietnam, but that's when I was in the Army in the late 60s, and we still got some World War II guys. I'm talking mid 90s, 90-something year old. And I go to this veterans club for the sole intent and purpose of I'm probably one of the youngest guys in there. It makes me feel good. There's very few places I go where I'm the youngest guy.
That's not vain at all. I go there to feel good because I'm the youngest guy.
Yeah, that's why I go to nightclubs.
Right. Go on, Mike.
Oh man.
Go ahead, hang yourself some more, Mitch.
My dad was a World War II guy, and he would be 101 right now if he were living.
Really?
Wow.
So, but he passed away when he was 86. But,
Wow.
Bless him.
If my dad,
Mitch, that freaking monkey's got to go, Mitch.
no, I like the monkey.
He's sitting perfectly on your microphone.
I'm telling you, he's. I could put him anywhere. I could set him on my head if I wanted to. But
he's looking around. It's just like
yeah. I just thought it's about a minute and a half loop, and I found the thing on a common license site where there was a whole bunch of green screen things, and they were all royalty, and you had to pay for them, and you had to pay royalties, and they gave you this one for free, the monkey. So I said, well, that's cool.
Right.
Let me see if I can't.
Let's try my lighting square. Ooh, that's intense.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, burns. I bought that LED square that you recommended there, Mitch.
Oh yeah, the
arrived today.
the Ulanzi one.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's pretty neat.
Now,
Whoops.
Hugh, can that square change color temperature?
No, it doesn't. Nor does it even dim. It just on off.
Right.
but it works great, doesn't it? It works great. So, anybody going to say anything about this monkey on my head?
I was just waiting to see if it was just my imagination. Is that really a monkey?
It looks like he's going to fly off with you, Mitch.
That's funny.
That's right. I haven't started with the sound effects yet. You guys are.
God.
You guys are
Hey, Mitch, I think I hear that monkey.
Yeah, I think I even have a little. How's that?
Sounded like you were coughing into a microphone.
It says gorilla here.
Oh, gotcha.
No purchase necessary. All for valid at participating locations. Void where prohibited. No animals were harmed during production of the soundboard. Subject to change without notice. Side effects include dry mouth, occasional pig snort or two, sore stomach, teary eyes, achy jaws, and whatever tingles well. Laughing hard.
There you go. For the lawyers.
Oh, God.
Okay, you started something.
Uh-oh.
That's all I'm going to say, Mitch.
Oh, no, you too, huh?
Just wait for it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Alexa?
Oh, don't do that. Don't start with that.
Oh, Alexa.
Because everybody's echo goes berserk when you do that. Yeah. I'm watching some of these live streams and my lights are coming on and off. My TV's turning on and off. My burglar alarm system gets armed. It's crazy. So Hugh, are we waiting for your sound effects machine?
Oh no, I'm gonna randomly insert them.
Who wants some?
Oh.
Wait, I think I hear that monkey.
Don't let me get started.
What?
You're out.
Now,
I like that.
as the eldest member of this panel, are you not supposed to set the example for our behavior?
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to
Oh
say.
man, I'm just having a ball, and oh, that's the same one I got.
Yeah.
You can't use my Arnold. Come on now.
Yeah, mine were Duke Nukem, Tim.
Oh God.
I got
Oh no.
Oh man. Hey, we're attracting people. We got 20 people watching this nonsense right now. You know, a bunch of old guys having fun. What can I tell you? You know, we're all kind of approaching our second childhood.
Oh, Gary's looking.
Got somebody joined in.
Went away, Mitch.
Oh, there he is. What's that?
Hey, we're here.
Oh, Gary. Hey, Gary, how are you? What's ringing? Whose thing is ringing?
Don't worry about the phone. I'm not answering. That's somebody else to call.
Oh, that's you. Okay. I just, everybody's looking for their phones now, you know.
Gary, is that a booty call?
Shut up.
Oh, get rid of that thing.
Oh no.
This show, this is like if Ken Heron dropped a couple of tabs of acid. This is what the show would be like.
Oh man, poor Ken. Poor Ken. Did you see him last night when the sound went? Oh God, I felt so sorry for him. I thought he was going to have a stroke right there.
I did the replay.
Who else is in here? Jim Wallace is in here sideways. Jim, you're sideways, man. Turn your camera straight. There you go. Lean on me, Mike.
My camera's straight. It just the first time it fires up, it does very. It's a phone. Okay.
Somebody's got their. It sounds like somebody's got their live stream audio going in the background there.
No, not me. I don't think.
I think it might be Jim because
I'm guilty.
Okay, you were the last one in. That's when it started. So how you doing, Jim? Good to see you.
I've got an iPhone for a camera. I've got these wireless headphones for a mic, and I've got a Apple laptop over here for my, for my monitor of what's actually happening on the screen. I had a big, exciting day today. You never guess what I got in the mail.
Oh.
Well, actually, I think you might know, but
you got them in trees.
Oh yeah.
Vegemite.
Check it out.
Oh,
Vegemite. Yeah.
Now I know everybody's jealous, so.
Oh God, yes.
Don't get too excited.
That's exactly what I want. Some Vegemite right now.
So you're voluntarily going to eat this, Jim?
I've sampled it. It's rather salty, and it has a taste. It has a taste unlike anything I've ever tasted or even dreamed of.
I had it once. Oh God!
But I tell you what, it's not that bad. I mean, I knew I didn't want it, but on the other hand, I've had so much fun with this. A bunch of us have had a lot of fun with this Vegemite, and I thought, well, I deserve the company something, so I should buy a bottle and just try it. So I tried it on some crackers. You don't want to do it straight, but with crackers, it's not too bad. But if you put it on cheese crackers, it's pretty good. It goes really well with cheese crackers. And I sent a message out to Mitch and to Kelly, Ready, Set, Drone, and Ice Spike.
Yeah.
And Kelly came back with, he said, I hope it tastes better than a kangaroo. And now Kelly didn't know this, but I've eaten kangaroo before. Years ago, one of the local festivals had a Boy Scout booth, and they had, I don't know where they got it, but they got a kangaroo and they made chili out of it. They had kangaroo chili, and it was pretty good. So anyway, and Kelly, by the way, Ready, Set, Go, this is his first Friday, so he'll be on tonight. He's only on once a month, so I encourage everybody to tune into him. He's a great guy.
What time's he on?
I'm not sure what time it is.
I think he's on, isn't it like 7 o'clock Eastern time in about an hour? I'm
not sure. I should have a schedule of all these things, but I don't. It's just I know it's tonight. And
yeah, he's on later, and that's one of the reasons I started this thing at 5 o'clock was because I knew that he was coming on later, and a lot of guys like to watch his thing. Of course,
isn't anybody publishing a TV guide for this stuff?
I think we need that. I think we need that.
We'll call it White.
I have a list of different YouTubers and their actual real name, and I'm going to add to that, a schedule when they normally come on.
Okay, yeah.
But Kelly lives in Round Rock, Texas, which is a suburb of Austin, and I made him some buttons and stickers for his spin up. And actually, do you want me to put on there where you actually are, or do you want me to put on there a city that anybody's ever heard of? So I made some of the buttons. I put Round Rock on some of them and Austin on the others, because anyway, it's like a suburb. And but if anybody wants them as Vegemite, I've got extras.
Oh God, no, thank you,
Jim.
Hey, Jim, I wanted to show you that if you look at my scene coming up now, you'll see I used that graphic version of the street sign that you made for me and stuck it up there.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, that's what it looks. It looks perfect. I shipped out a sign yesterday. I made this week alone. I made one for Cab 7. I made one for some guy in England. I can't think of the name of.
Steve?
Well, my mind is blank all of a sudden. But I made 3 of them this week. I made one.
Cool.
Red, white, and blue for Harry, Droning Harry. That's it.
Well, I didn't know we had color options here, Jim.
There are options. I can even put your monkey on there if you like, but it's costing me a lot more to do it.
No, listen, I'm happy with it. It's terrific. I got the problem with using a green screen is you can't, where do you hang it? Now you made one for somebody, I think it was Mel, wasn't it? That was on a green background. And when he held it up in front of his green screen, it looked like it was clear. It looked like it was on plexiglass.
The original one I made him, he wanted red on white, but at the time I made him a red on white one. And then he later said he wanted a green and white one. So I made the green and white one, and it's that green one that he showed up that you could see through the green.
Right.
That's why you could see through it.
Now, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
You used to sell back in the 70s. One of your videos, you said you used to sell mood rings back in the day.
I not only sold them, I made them.
You made them.
$375,000 worth of them in about 3 months.
Holy catfish!
I remember them. You talking about mood rings?
Mood rings, yeah.
I remember them, dude.
Yeah.
They were huge.
I had one in, I think it was 8th grade.
They probably came from him. They probably came from Jim, I'll bet.
There were 6 companies that I know of that made the stones, so it could have been us, but we couldn't get enough rings. That's a long story, but we made the actual stones out of plastic. The original one was quartz, and we couldn't get those. They were sold out. Austria couldn't make enough of them. We tried glass and couldn't get enough of those, so I said hell with it. I went out and bought the original mood ring and took the stone out and gave it to a guy here in town who makes molds for plastic injection. And I gave it to him, and I said, I want a mold in the morning with six cavities in it, and I want it in the morning. And he said, do you know what that'll cost? I said, I don't care. I just want it. So next morning, I was $700. I got a little plate that's a 1/2 inch thick and about 2.5 inches wide and about 5 inches long, and it had 5 cavities. And those 5 cavities, when connected with connected together, is called a sprue. So I gave that to another friend of mine who owned a plastic company, and he put it in there, and he was making about $10,000 a day. And I remember I had an order one time for 1 million stones.
Wow.
What?
No, $1 million. We were getting 40 cents. It cost us 12 cents to make them. it was the plastic stone plus 12 coats of chemical. The main chemical is made out of goat hair, and it has quite an unusual history.
Wow. That's mind-blowing.
Yeah, we got 40 cents a piece, and so we couldn't get enough of the metal rings, so we just did what we could. The chemical had to be sprayed on the stone in a very humid, hot environment. This is wintertime, and we had 3 people in a garage sweating with their shirts off in the middle of winter, making these things. And that's a long story, but I do have a video.
Those things were huge back in the 70s. They were
those things in hula hoops.
Smokeless ashtray or something.
I couldn't. that $1 million order, they had to have them in 3 weeks, and we couldn't. They had to have them before Christmas, and we couldn't not make that many. So we were just making all we could, and we had another 6 months on it. It'd been, I wouldn't be working today, but it was something.
Wow, nice.
I also
happens.
invented the smiley button. If you ever heard of one of those. No one had made one that I know of before I made one.
Which was it?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
A video on that too.
Oh, Hugh, that was Hugh. That wasn't me. Hugh.
That was an accident. Sorry. I turned the iPad off and I hit a button.
He's pissed off. His movement didn't work.
Wow.
I got one here that says cat fight. I wonder what that is. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
I remember, for a lot of you guys, this is new. 40 years ago or more, when I was on the radio, we bought sound effects on vinyl records. You'd order a record, and they each cut on the record would be a different sound effect. We've
come a long way since those days.
Wow.
I got one here for Spike. If he, I sent Spike missed my whole live stream last time. He was watching the replay after it was over, and he sent me. He made a comment on it that why wouldn't it let him comment in the live chat? And then he finally figured out. So I sent him a email inviting him to come on, but I don't know. It's hit or miss with Spike. Mike, have you talked to him lately?
Yeah, I talked to him this morning, but don't forget it's 13-hour difference.
Oh, I know. It's but 5 o'clock here is like 6 o'clock in the morning for him, and he's usually up.
Yeah,
unless he did an all-nighter again or something on like he does. But I got this for him. I got this. Crikey! I got that right for him, and I haven't seen him since on a stream or anything since I got that particular sound effect.
I actually bought a can of Foster's just to open up when Spike comes on next time.
We had a ball with him.
I got more Foster stuff around my house than you can shake a stick at.
Yeah.
I used to collect beer.
I've never had one, so I'm going to have it with Spike when next time he's on,
Gary, did I see you flashing a strobe earlier?
Yeah, I got that. I did an unboxing on Roger's channel this morning. It came in the mail while I was on.
Oh, cool.
So I had a little story to tell. This little strobe, there's 2 of them in a box, right? You get 2 for $25.99, right?
Oh, nice.
So I got the 2 for $25.99, and I threw in a 1-foot cable to connect my iPad to my controller on my Mavic Air. Right? Nice braided nylon cable, $8. Put that $25.99 and $8 comes to $65 Canadian.
Oh, yeah. No, everything's doubled. It always is, though. When you count the duty, the exchange, the shipping, it's double. I was telling that to somebody this morning. They were talking, well, you should just order this, order that. Well, it's double the price, so.
And it wasn't on Amazon Canada. I couldn't find these strobes on Amazon.ca.
Nor could I.
Yeah. What do they cost American?
$25.99
for 2 strobes.
Yeah.
Wow. Are those the ones that you have, Mikey, in Philly?
Are they Firehouse?
I don't know what they are.
What? Let me see what they. No, they're Cree. I think they're called. They begin with an S. Strobin or Stobin.
RC Geek was the seller.
Yes, yeah. No, the ones I have are.
I run the Firehouse too.
Firehouse, yeah, and then the Firehouse
is the manufacturer, and Cree is the name of the LED.
Correct. So Stobin, I think the ones he has are called Stobin. I think the name of the company is, but the Firehouse is the name of a company, and I believe it's just a guy. It's just one guy who does it, but there's a couple different kind. There's a cheaper kind, and they're the same exact thing, but one of them has two LEDs on it, and the other one has 4. So
it's got a little LED that tells you how its charging state.
Yes,
and it's got the big flashing one.
Yes,
and
they're awesome. They're awesome.
3.7 volt, 90 milliamp hour batteries will run for 20 hours.
Oh, nice.
Wow! That's enough to make you blind.
But the nice thing is, we can run nighttime maneuvers in June, right, Gary? So I mean, I'm going to be flying at night.
Yeah. And, I've got a Mavic Air, so I can fly, 500 feet.
Yeah. Well, I've got a Mavic Air, too.
I'm not making it to Ottawa.
Yeah.
I have a comment for Philly. You got to turn your lighting down. You're blowing out, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been trying to do. I don't know. Right now, I have all the lights turned off. What do I do? How do I fix
your camera down?
You're getting you're getting all that. You're getting blue light, and you're getting it from your monitor. But
there's nothing you can do except sit back from it, Mike.
Okay, let me try something.
Mike, you want to work on
that's better. That's better.
Now you want to work on your tan.
Yeah.
That's easy to do in Philadelphia in the middle of the winter. You can really get a tan.
Well, it's always sunny in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, but get cold.
Yeah.
So guys,
listen, we get you guys come down here to Florida on vacation in the middle of the winter, and I see these guys around the pool or something, and I go, how are you, white man? Because they're like, they're white as a sheet. You live down in Florida, you're gonna get it. You keep a tan pretty much year round if you stick your nose out the door.
Hey guys,
how's that skin cancer working out for you, Mitch?
What's that?
Say, how's the skin cancer working out?
I actually, believe it or not, protect myself as best I can out there. I had it on my nose, which is always out there no matter what you do, and I get these little things on my head that they burn off.
It healed up pretty quick.
Yeah, they take that liquid nitrogen, and it's not cancer. They call it. He looks at it, and they call it a pre-cancer, and I get them on top of my head, and they'll burn over. This time, I didn't get any on the top of my head, just on my forehead. But better safe than sorry.
Right.
I can't get it, guys. I'm trying everything to get me to look.
Don't worry about it.
You look great there, Mike. That worked good. I think maybe with some light behind you, the camera clamps down a little bit, but you're getting the glare from the screen.
I know, and I'm sitting about 4 feet away from the screen.
Mike, it's important. I mean, it's really important that you look good. I mean, it is. We care. We really care.
Mike, I say turn all the lights off, man.
That's what I do. I got everything off right now. I'm in a pitch black house.
Turn the monitor off.
I go into your setting and just turn the brightness down to your monitor.
Yeah, you could do that. You could clamp the monitor down a little.
And it'll
be
more soft. Instead of that bright white, it'll be more yellow. You can adjust that in your settings.
Yes, sir. Let me go into that first. Hey, let me show you this first. These are the Firehouse lights that you guys were just talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
And the battery it's a 240 milliamp, and it's one cell 3.7. And these are the ones with the 4 LEDs. Let me get it up here.
Yeah.
4 LEDs on it, but the back of it has a battery on it, and it plugs right in. you know, and it takes a little time to charge, but I'm telling you, man, I can go a couple batteries and they're so freaking light. They're blinding.
How do you stick them to the drone? What do you use to stick them to the drone?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you guys. What are you guys doing? I'm basically just using Velcro, regular Velcro, and it's fine. And the nice thing about the Velcro is you can put it anywhere you want. So I got little pieces of Velcro stuck in all different directions on the drone, top, bottom. And yeah, but what I'm liking the best is on all 4 arms. Just one little piece on all 4 arms and on the front. So I'm running 4 of them right now. 2 on the front, 2 on the back. And then actually 5 and a white one on the bottom. And sometimes I switch. I put the white on top or bottom.
Damn, I have 1.
Close encounters of the third
2 LEDs. My humble little beacon. That's all I got.
Now, do you put yours on the bottom, Hugh, or on the top?
On the bottom, so I can see the drone farther.
Okay, because I'm thinking of doing that, but
it's supposed to go on the top.
The bottom of the Mavic Air is all battery. There's battery and sensors. There's nowhere else to put it.
That's where I put it. I have a square of Velcro on the battery.
Okay, so you've got for all your batteries?
Yeah. Well, I have 3 batteries, so I put 3 squares of Velcro, like 1 square on each battery.
Okay. Yeah,
and I also have a drone keeper, that little round audible beacon. I have that on the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's all right. Mike Sarney from Philadelphia is in as well.
Yeah, Mike's been in here for a while.
Yeah.
And now he's from Bucks County, PA, a little outside of Philadelphia. And I grew up in I grew up in Northeast Philly, Oxford Circle area.
Is he next to you, Mitch? Is he?
Bucks County is a little further out, than where I was.
Right. There you go. Is that better, Jim? I think that's better. Thank you for that suggestion, dude. I never thought about the answer. Was right here on the side. I have a little thing here. I can control the brightness.
Oh yeah, much better.
Yeah, I can't see you guys that much, but that doesn't matter as long as
what's to look at.
You the first time I saw you on here, you had an iPad, and that can't put out that much brightness. But you got, what kind of monitor have you got there? Pretty big one.
Yeah, there's a 32-inch monitor, and it's an all-in-one, a Lenovo all-in-one. So it's everything and it's a touch screen too. So it's really bright, it's shiny, it's that high gloss finish on the thing. So it's really nice. But yeah, it puts out a lot of light.
Yeah, that's what's doing it. I mean, you can not only turn down the brightness of a monitor, you can change the color profile.
Correct.
And so instead of a blue light, which looks kind of nasty, you can make it warmer.
Thank you so much, dude. Oh my God, thank you, dude. That's so helpful. Thank you so much.
You got it, Mike. You got a compliment from Mark Centroid. He was complimenting you on your sideways flying this morning.
This on Mark caught on.
Oh, you scared, dude.
No, he didn't catch on. I threw that in.
When you flew between those two spires, I was like clenched. I was like, oh my God.
Well, but you did you understand what was going on? I flew between them things. Normally, guys, I have no problem hitting that opening. No,
it was windy, right? You had a lot.
No, it wasn't windy, Hugh.
No. Listen, my camera was at a 45-degree angle, so the drone flew through that sideways. I flew the whole flight sideways, guys.
Sideways. Oh my God! I was wondering. I've never seen a Mavic's leg.
Yeah, you saw the leg. Right? Well, I've done that a couple times.
Down.
I've done that a couple times on purpose. It's a cool shot to put your finger on the controller and drag it over, and it pans the camera to where you can actually see the side leg and the propeller in the shot. But you can't fly a whole flight like that and expect the drone to go where the camera's looking.
Exactly. Guys, I didn't know what was going on because I've hit that opening 50 times. And this time, and with high winds, I've hit the opening. And this time, no matter what I did, when I pushed up on my stick, the drone kept going to the left. And only to find out that my camera was at 45 degrees. So basically, I flew through the thing sideways. Why?
Oh my God! I'm glad you didn't lose the drone today.
Exactly. And thank God when I did it, I pulled up, and then I thought to myself, not out loud, it's time to come back with something not right. Something's just not right.
You got a great shot there, but man, you did it the hard way.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he did.
Now, Mike, how do you do voice while you're flying?
You know, everybody asks me that, and it's the simplest thing, guys. In your, I mean, DJI, there's a little, I just used the Go4 app, and then you just check off the thing that says cache your video and cache your audio. Would you like to record audio? Yes. And I flick the thing on. What you guys, I don't think you guys understand, because all of you edit. So all you guys take the SD card out and put it in your computer and do your thing. But I don't edit. All my stuff is cache video. So what you guys see comes right from my phone or device right up to YouTube. And then what I do is I download an app. It's like a $2.99 app, and I join the files together, because obviously, you know, create 4 or 5 files. So I join them together, throw in a transition, add some words now. And in the beginning, I didn't even do that. But, you know, with this app, everybody's getting fancy. And it allows me to just, you know, say some things too. So, but it's real simple. You just check it off. Yes, I want to record my audio. Yes, I would like to cache my stuff. And it automatically goes to your iPad and or your phone, whatever I'm using. And that's it. It's that easy.
See, I was out today, and before I could use a screen capture on my iPhone, right, and just record what the iPhone was seeing. So today I went out with the iPad, and I couldn't get it to screen record. So what I've got to do is I've got to get into that menu in the Go4 app so I can record.
Yes. Yes.
What I did was as soon as I got in the air, I hit the record button, recorded the whole flight.
Correct.
So that I can put together the 2 pieces so I can put them up on YouTube as an unedited thing. What I'll do is the voiceover here at the desk, right? But it's still not the same as what you do in your phone.
Yeah, exactly, Jim, because Gary, I'm sorry. Exactly, Gary, because, you know, and I've thought of that too, so that I can give guys, you know, beautiful 4K footage. But the problem with that is the excitement level. You can't get that same excitement sitting in your living room watching your footage than you're going to get when you're actually on the drone. At least that's the way I feel. Now, maybe other guys are different, but when I'm experiencing flight, my chest is pumping, you know, the adrenaline's flying, and that's the feeling I want to convey to my recorder. That's what I want to convey to you guys. That feeling of flight. The only way that could be done is while you're doing it. Now,
today I'm out flying, and I'm out in the mid. I was shooting some. It was just ridiculous. A great big solar farm. And I'm out in the middle of a field, 300 feet up, and all of a sudden I start getting this beeping that I'm within a meter. I got my forward sensors are saying I'm a meter away from something. I have no clue what it was.
Yeah.
All I could do was go sideways to get away from it and get the beeping to stop.
I thought that happened too, though, Gary.
There's a huge power line out there. So maybe I got close to that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gary, don't forget, and I've made this mistake tons of times, the sensors go off from a sun. They'll go off from snow. They're very, very sensitive. So I know from doing a lot of sunrises and sunsets, just staring into just any kind of high light will set them off sometimes. So just, you know, if they're going off and you're 400 feet up and you don't see birds, just turn them off. You don't really need them at that point anyway.
Yeah, this went on for probably 10 or 15 seconds. It was persistent. It was saying 1 meter, and it's showing red across the thing, and I'm going, what the hell is it?
I've had false positives with my Mavic Air too, Gary.
Yeah. Now I
wondered why. Like maybe it was something atmospheric, like, you know, a bit of dense fog or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was 5 o'clock. Like it was just before I got on here. Actually, I just came home, but it was 5 o'clock and I was facing east, so the sun was behind me. But I'm getting these front sensors going off. You know, I'm probably 300 feet up. I'm going to have to go back through the footage, but I think what I'm going to do now, I've always put in little 3-minute segments, like edit the whole thing down to 3 minutes. But what I'm going to do now on Michael's advice is post the whole thing with commentary and tell you what I plan to keep in, and then post the edited one.
Mike's in the house.
Who's in the house? Mike's in the house.
Sorry, Gary, didn't mean to interrupt you, but
hi, Spike.
Crikey. Christ,
How's the
I
trouble?
have to do that. I've been saving that up.
You got Spike in the house?
Yeah, I thought Spike was in the house here.
Yeah, he's in the chat. How you doing, Spike?
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. It's the Spiky. Spike crikey.
He comes from the land down under.
Yeah.
G'day, mate.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Hey, Spike.
Here, I got this one, Hugh. This one goes on for
Yes.
Stop. There it is.
There it is. Yeah. Spiky modded his drone out, man.
Ooh. Yeah, I've been waiting for the video on that. I mean, I've been sitting here on pins and needles, wondering if he wrecked the thing after all those things.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, I've been looking.
He's got the Ferrari red coating on there, right? And
the red one, yeah.
Motors or something.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's a wrap. They sell these really cool wraps, and they're so cool, man. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a wrap. Unless he got it painted, I don't know. He's nuts enough to have it custom painted.
Yeah,
No,
he's got a cool Ferrari wrap. I wondered that too. I had some wraps. I got a fluorescent one, so it would be easier to find my Mavic. But yeah, Spike, is that painted or is that red a decal?
Let's see.
Hey, Spike, you want to come into the chat with us? No pressure, but if you're up for it, we're going to be on for about another half hour. That's about it.
No pressure. Come join us
now.
Yeah, so it's morning. It's morning in Spike Land.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
Did you get to fly today, Hugh?
It's also Saturday in Australia.
Yeah. It's probably a wrap. I've actually seen them red priority wraps. I think the painted drone. I think that would be crazy.
Now let me ask you guys about those wraps. Do they hold any more heat in the drone than just leaving the drone there?
They would. You'd think, wouldn't they?
I would think so.
Because plastic, I don't think, is a very good conductor.
Well, the wraps don't go over your vents, so
right.
It probably does hold a little more heat, but I don't think it's that much. But you got to make sure your vents are clear.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people ask not only that question, but they also ask if it bothers the signal. If it gets in the way of the signal between the controller and the drone, and it doesn't. I mean, I have wraps on my Mavics, and I go just as far. I mean, it's a piece of paper. That's all it is. So at least that's my experience. But
yeah, because they are hard to see. You get them against some bushes or something, and they're
exactly.
I've lost sight of mine over waterfalls.
Exactly. And that's why they sell like really crazy colors. And I didn't realize, it's like, why are you selling fluorescent green? And then it dawned on me, yeah, it's for visual sight. It's not only about making it look cool, but it's making it look you can actually see it. So
right.
Yeah, they're very helpful. Good point. Like
after losing a Mavic, I got a bright orange wrap to put on it, and I also bought a little. They're little transmitters about the size of a quarter, and you put it on your drone or your car or your dog, anything you want. But then you have a little receiver that's got little LEDs on it. So if it goes down, it puts out a signal. It's not audible; it's only visual. So you take your little hand transmitter, and then. The closer you get to it, the greener the LEDs get, and that makes it a lot easier to find. Sometimes it goes down in bushes, and it's right in front of you, and you can't see it. That kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got an audible beacon and the LED beacon that these guys have, because in Canada, obviously, where I'm flying out in the bush, you're in forest or you're in water or dense vegetation.
If you're flying in water, you've got bigger problems.
Well, flying over water, but well, typically our lakes are bordered by standing forests, so it's either going to be in the water or in the trees.
Now, is it true up in Canada that when you have your drone take off, it says, instead of just saying take off, it says take off, eh?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's something I'm surprised, guys. I don't, all these Canadians and none of you say "a" all the time.
Right.
What's wrong with you? You're supposed to say beauty, eh?
Gary?
Maybe these guys aren't authentic hosers.
Maybe we're not really Canadians. We could be like spoofing our identity. I'm actually in Vietnam.
Maybe the technology has driven us away from our A.
Canadians are known as hosers. I'm from Indiana. We're known as Hoosiers.
Hoosiers, yeah, that's right.
Hosers.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just not on my A game today.
Quite often, though, if I'm signing off or leaving, I'll say, fly safe and have fun, A. when I type it in the chat, I'll put the A in,
Hey guys, I want to show you something about that. Hey, yeah, I did say hey. Hey, hey, again now. See, now it's beginning every sentence now. Hey guys.
When I was your age, we didn't have phones.
That was an accident, guys, but I like that one.
So here you go. This is the wraps that we were talking about, and then Mike Sarni's.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that copper.
Yes, it's a copper color, and this is a higher grade. It's made by he put the name of it wrap grade or something, but this was like $35 wrap. But it literally looks like it's painted. And look at the parts on the bottom. They actually even fits around this little tiny end, and on the back, I mean. The detail is just amazing on this. And
Michael, how many drones do you have?
I
think 30 or 40, I think.
This dude's got a lot of drones.
But look at it. I put my phone number and my channel name on the props. That's probably not a good place to put it. But
well, if some girl finds it, you might find love.
So then there's the battery. But do you see how? I mean, it literally looks like it's part of the battery. It's not like a pizza. It's not like a sticker, and they have them for I think like $18 or $20, and they look like they're nice, but they're stickers. They actually look like stickers.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah,
I'm going to show you something. When I had 10 years ago or so, I had a restaurant in Orlando called Grouper and More. It was a fish and chips place, and I bought a little Prius. Talking about wraps, and I took it in. And had a wrap on it. And when this was kind of like halfway through getting wrapped, when they got done with that thing, you can't tell these wraps from paint jobs.
Yeah.
And, things didn't go well with the restaurant after a couple of years. So I ended up having the wrap peeled off the car. And after they got done taking all the adhesive off of it, the thing had a brand new paint job underneath. So it's amazing what they can do with these graphics these days.
I've done those wraps before. That wrap started just about the time I sort of retired. It takes about 2 people, maybe 3 to do that, and you have to use a heat gun. Yeah, it's special vinyl made for that, and you have to. It's not you don't use a heat gun. You use your little flame torch, and you got to be very careful with it. Which when you go over those curves. The hard thing, it actually goes. You have to go over compound curves.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an amazing thing. I watched them do it, and it absolutely amazed me that when they had to go past all the door jams and come back around the curves, and they still got all the graphics lining up. So it's a real art putting them on. That thing costs like $3,000 to do that wrap.
Wow. Yeah, that's what it cost. Cost them about $300 for the material. Actually, it's about $100 worth of material, and the labor is about $20 an hour for 2 or 3 people for about 10 hours. The material really doesn't cost anything. You make it on a big inkjet printer, 36, 48 inch inkjet printer, and then it's laminated, and then you put that on there. You got about 2 mil thickness.
Wow.
Well, Mark at Centroid says he's got to run, and it looks like we've got a couple of trolls in here that Drone Pool is taking care of. Thank you very much for that.
We could play a game called Whack-a-Troll.
I don't know why they do that stuff. I mean, we're a bunch of old guys. We're a bunch of old guys in here just having fun. So why do they need to come in here and bother us? But evidently, there's a bunch of them out there that do. So
what do they get from it? I'm confused.
I have no idea. I absolutely have no idea.
I understand breaking somebody's stones, but the message is to, aren't you glad you're not black? What's that?
Yeah. There's a whole crew of them have come over here, and this is the first time this has ever happened to me. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Weird. But speaking of the wraps, they are hard to put on. I will tell you that. And when you spend $30 for a piece of freaking like a sticker, you're really, you're very delicate. You're worried about ripping it, and it's just like Jim said, you don't want to, it's this little tiny piece of paper. So if you pull hard, you're going to rip it, and it's just, but you have to heat it too. On the compound miters, it's very hard to get it wrapped around and under and twisted. But a little bit of heat, I had a little blow dryer, a little bit of heat, right. Literally just so like water. And it's just, it just feels so good when you're done and you see how beautiful it looks, because it's like having a new drone. $30 and you get like this new drone. It looks totally different. So
I have a tip. Anytime you put a decal on anything, a drone or your window or anything, use a little rubbing alcohol, just a little bit, and that takes away the fingerprints and any last minute grease. I've never made a sign on anything, and I've done all kinds of things, and I've always put and you can buy two kinds of alcohol. One's normal alcohol and one's 92% alcohol, and I always get the 92% for my sign business. But just any kind of rubbing alcohol, you got to have that thing squeaky clean before you stick anything on it.
Correct. Or it won't stick properly. Correct. Right.
Hey, all these trolls that are in here, if you're actually listening to this, I want to thank you, because you got my watch count up to 24. I'm getting watch hours out of you guys. So hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Just wanted you to know. Bring them on. Hey, maybe I have 100 viewers. Just blast away. It doesn't matter.
That's kind of funny.
Good for me.
Wow. I've never seen that happen in a room before. Well,
it's happened. I've seen it in Rogers a couple times, and some of the other guys. Wow. I don't know what. I think they just go around as a bunch of kids or something, and they. I think the channels, if you go check out their channels, they really don't have. They don't have any.
No, there's nothing.
Any content or anything.
Yeah, they're empty channels, no content.
Yeah, whoever Amanda is, she says the mods are banning the trolls right away, and I don't know who Amanda is, but I don't know if she's a troll or not. Let's go check out Amanda's channel and see who Amanda is.
Thank you.
Amanda was saying nice things, but Amanda says
the channel has no content, so we will say adios to Amanda. Sorry, Amanda. You may have been a very sweet young lady, but
I'm
got a little panda bear on her icon there. Nobody is subscribed. So poor Amanda. Well,
poor Amanda.
What are you gonna do?
Hey, you guys, talking about a mail call. I have a box setting over there from B&H that arrived earlier today. Because of Mitch, I went and purchased a Hero 7 Black.
See? Mitch made me buy one too. It's his fault. I'm
right. It cost me $400 today. But I'm hoping that I can up the videos with more storytelling in my videos instead of just drone flying, because I don't fly live, but I want to put something together more than just music in the background. I want to tell a story to make it more interesting.
It's a good camera. It's a really good camera.
You do awesome videos, Michael. You're really talented. I'm not just saying that. I've watched a lot of your stuff the other night. You're really good at it. So yeah, that's excellent. That's an excellent camera. I can't wait to see what you create with it.
Yeah. I just need for spring to come because it's
Tell me,
it's snow outside.
I am so over this winter. I mean, come on. Did you see that sloppy weather this morning?
That was lovely. That's lovely, Mike.
Oh, and yeah, lovely. As you sit in Florida next to your lake, smoking a cigar, beautiful 70-degree weather. I hate you. You know.
Hey, Mike, nothing's stopping you getting your little van.
Yeah.
Point it south. You live close to the interstate.
Yes, right. I will.
And if you stay on the interstate, you go right by my house.
Oh.
Just get on 81 South, Mikey. There.
Wow. Hey, Mike, I'll come pick you up first. I'll go to the upgrade first, grab you, and then we'll both go for the ride.
Oh, come down to Florida. We'll find some place to put you up for a while. We'll go fly drones on the beach.
There you
go.
go.
Hey, Philly, when you get to Florida, just follow the alligators to Mitch's house.
Yeah.
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 The geckos and the monkeys.
Hey, guys.
In a little line.
Talk amongst yourselves. I will be right back.
Oh, man.
Party time.
Woohoo. Yeah, that happens. You know.
Let the cussing begin.
Oh, mother. He's got the beer. He's got the beer.
You can start us out, Mikey.
That monkey wrangling son of a gun.
Yeah, that son of a bitch. Oh, we got an alarm going off. It's 6:30. It's 6:30.
I ordered a very new exciting drone.
I went for a flight today and it was horribly cold. And I've got an injured finger that doesn't react well to the cold, and I just couldn't seem to keep the glove on to control the drone. Oh, no. I got home and really I should be soaking this thing. It's completely just jammed right up.
An injured finger, Gary? A flying finger? Oh, it doesn't get any worse than that.
That one there, I don't know if you can tell, it's a little crooked. I cut it off with a table saw.
Oh!
And they put it back on, but it doesn't have all of its motion.
Oh!
And when it gets cold, it's even worse. But
jeepers.
Gary, I have been I don't know if you notice about me, but I'm a cabinet maker by trade.
Yeah.
I've been building, you mentioned table saws, so I've been cutting wood, and I was a millman for, 12 years, where that's all I did was mill freaking trees down. So my hands have been close to blades that were as big as me. And I've, knock on wood, I've never been cut, but I feel for you guys, man, because I know a couple people that literally just lost them. I mean, right off, gone, and they're laying right there. And
well, I was cutting some oak flooring for the room that I'm sitting in.
Oh.
And you know, I ripped a small piece. It was my last piece of the day. And I went to reach for it, and I just heard ding, and I knew it was something bad. It just went ding, and there was nobody home. I was in the basement.
Oh.
And so I just grabbed onto it, you know, to try and stop the bleeding. And I reached into my pocket right here and stepped up my phone and told Siri to call 911.
Oh.
And they said, "Where are you going to be?" I said, "I'll be out in the driveway." So I got out of the basement and I got to the doors, and holding this hand with this hand, I couldn't figure out how to open the door.
Oh, jeez.
Right?
Oh, my God. That's awful.
So I let it go.
Oh, dude.
I let it go. The doorknobs are sliding because I'm covered in blood. I get out to the driveway. The fire department shows up, and the guy says, "What are you doing out here?" I said, "I'm waiting for you guys."
And you gave him the finger.
He says, "I can't find it."
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
He says, "You got to sit down, man." So I sit down, and, you know, everybody, you know, so then the paramedic comes and looks at it and goes, "Oh, that's pretty nasty."
Oh.
Ambulance comes, and I'm discussing the thing with the ambulance guy, and he says, "You seem pretty calm." And I said, "Why wouldn't I be? I'm in good hands. You know what you're doing." Right? And off I went to the hospital. I waited about 4 hours before they started putting the stitches in.
Oh.
Now, did you have the finger part with you?
Oh yeah, it was still mostly attached.
Oh, okay.
Right now, I had cut it up in here, like up there.
Oh,
it was a big cut, but I didn't realize that this was almost right off. It was just hanging. It was dangling.
Oh.
But it wasn't bleeding up there because the blood couldn't get to it.
Right.
You know. So next morning, I got a call from the surgeon, and I was able to go in the next morning, and he took a look at it. That was a Thursday. Friday morning, he looked at it. Monday morning, they reattached it and put a pin in it.
Hold on a second. What were they doing with this piece of your finger for 3 days?
Oh, it was just in a splint. They just kept it on there.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Oh yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, so they give you morphine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
A lot of morphine.
The guy said, "Doesn't it hurt?" I said, "I can't feel it. You know, I couldn't feel it. All the nerves were all cut."
Oh, I've been more morphine.
Oh my God.
I used to be a pinch flyer. Now I'm a thumb flyer.
Oh,
oh Jesus. Oh, that's gruesome.
When I first heard that you had lost a finger, I don't know, a few live streams ago, I thought you were a printer, because I've been in the printing business since I was 8 years old, and a lot of printers I know have missing fingers.
Yeah, I've been in the printing business for years, and I can remember one day we were doing ticket books, right? The guy that I'm working with was a longtime printer. He's doing printing, he's putting stapling these books together, and he comes to me and says, "You got any pliers?" So what do you need pliers for? He says, "Well, I got to get this staple out of my finger." And this staple had gone right through his finger and stapled on the other side.
Yeah, I've done that with nailer guns. Yeah, I've done.
So I got the guy a pair of side cutting pliers. He cut the two ends off this way, pulled it out.
Yeah.
I went back to work. He didn't even put a bandage on it. Just,
exactly.
More books. Got more bucks.
I think the staple he's talking about is a binding staple, and they can be ½ or an inch long, right?
Right. Ouch.
Well, and it's off a coil. It's their copper wire, right?
Oh, I see. It makes it right as it puts it in. Yeah.
In the cabinet shop, we always have duct tape, and there are Band-Aids, duct tape. And so no matter what injury you get in the cabinet shop, everybody always screams, "Hurry up, go get the duct tape." And you literally, that's our Band-Aids. You squeeze it closed yourself and wrap it in duct tape and go back to work.
Well, I was the first aid guy at work, and what we used, if there was an open cut that probably needed stitches, we just put crazy glue in it.
Yes,
and push it together, and it sticks in like nothing else.
Yes, it does. It works wonderful.
Yeah. Now, apparently, the U.S. Army developed that cyanoacrylate glue as a field dressing for bullet wounds.
Oh,
right.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. So it was designed. Now there's medical grade.
Correct.
Medical grade crazy glue, but we just use the regular stuff.
If you have a relatively small cut, you can use cayenne pepper if you happen to have any. Just sprinkle it on the blood; it'll stop bleeding.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's gotta burn. Oh.
No, I mean you got a cut finger, so that any burn you get from the pepper is minor, really.
Right. Yeah, it's already hurting. Yeah.
I could have used the giant styptic pencil on my finger, I think.
So
Gary, spray pencil.
So did it hurt, Gary? That's the first question I ask when people cut their fingers off, because I can't imagine how the pain would feel. I've put fingers in a bucket of ice before, literally just tips, and looking at the guy and then just crying like can't believe, and they're always usually calm. And
I'll tell you, Michael, it hurt me more today in the cold than it did when I cut it.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was misery today.
Oh.
Now the bad thing about it is I did it in August. I couldn't ride my motorcycle at all. Fly at all.
Yeah, that's.
Right? I was going to physiotherapy, it comes to the first week of December, and I kept on asking the guy, "Can I ride my motorcycle?" "No, not yet, not yet, not yet." It comes to the first week in December, he says, "Yeah, you're okay to ride as long as you don't get it cold."
Yeah, as long as you don't get it cold. Or a motorcycle.
Yeah. So my bike's out there in the garage. I start it every week to make sure everything's working.
Yeah.
And because that little Mavic Air, well, Hugh knows what it's like. That little Mavic Air with its Flymore kit fits in the saddlebag, and I can still get my jacket in there. Yeah, it's fabulous. You can go out on the bike and go fly. I get everything in there. So
yeah, I do it too. I actually go food shopping on my motorcycle, and I save one little spot in my bag. And I don't have big saddlebags, but I fill them with. I get everything in the Acme, and then when I get out to the bike, I just take everything out of the bags. I've been living on yogurt and cottage cheese, so I actually open up the cartons and just throw the little square things of cottage cheese and yogurt right into the box. And then when I get home, I'm pulling out like 30, little cups of yogurt, but they fit better that way.
Yeah.
And then the other bag I keep for the drone. So,
hey, Philly, are you still trying to, I don't know what you weigh now, 200 and something, but are you still trying to lose more weight or?
Yeah. Yeah. I have an appointment. I'm down to about 265 from a little under 600, but I'm trying to qualify for skin surgery, and he wants me down to like 230. So I got about a good 40 pounds I still have to lose, which is, if you guys ever had to lose weight, the last few pounds, or in my case,
brutal.
Oh my God, they're brutal is right, because no matter what I do, I just can't seem to get it off. So, and a lot of it has to do with exercise. I mean, who feels like moving when it's snowing and crapping and raining? So I think once the weather breaks and we get some good days, it may get a little easier because I can go to the track and I can get some. And I have a treadmill here, but I've been lazy. Let's face it. I've just been lazy. And I've been flying and not wanting to do anything other than just fly. So, but I got to kick it up a notch because I will not qualify if I don't get it off. So it's hard, man. And a part of me is just saying, screw it. I'm 52. Who the frig needs it? But it'll just make me feel so much better. So clothes fit better, so.
Somebody in the chat's talking about wireless earbuds. These are Beats headphones. They're about $250. The wireless and the microphone's built in. So I get great sound out of it, and I'll let you judge what the microphone sounds like, but it's I can walk around and I'm still here on the air.
Yeah, it sounds good.
In the radio business back when I was in broadcasting, you always had headphones. But if you want to have headphones, you might consider these. They work really great, and Apple bought Beats out about a year and a half ago, so there's a special chip in these things that work well with any newer Apple product. They work even better. They just immediately come on. They know you're connected, and it worked. It's a flawless deal. So
why do
I've got a gamer headset like these, but it's got a mic like this. But why do I need this? This works fine. I use these on the telephone. I use them on everything.
Why do people wear them on the computer? I'm still not putting it together. Why do you wear because I don't know. I'm new at this, so I don't understand.
Why am I wearing headphones, Mike? Because I have a microphone here. And if I had sound coming out of the speakers, it would echo back into the microphone and cause a loop. Now, if you have a webcam like what you have,
right,
the microphone is directional and the speakers are directional, and it's all coming away from the computer. So the sound, unless the sound from the speakers in the computer is echoing off of things, you're not going to get much of it back into the microphone. And I think some of them even have noise canceling where it actually puts a reverse signal of what's coming out of the speakers back into the microphone, like Bose does when they cancel out the outside noise.
So it's about echo then. Okay.
Yeah. If I turned my speakers on right now, everything that you guys are saying would have a slight delay to it because of the latency of Google Hangouts. And it would come blaring out of my speakers about a half a second later and then right back into my microphone. And I would sound like we're all in the Grand Canyon here.
Gotcha.
No, I'm just using the camera and the microphone on my iMac, and it seems to work okay.
Yeah,
it works good.
Yep.
And I think they're built for that.
Also with headphones, I mean, if you have a noise in the background, I live alone, there's no noise, but if I had noise back there, that could be an interruption. But with headphones, you hear what you're supposed to hear, and you don't hear anything else.
Right.
Yeah, but the most important thing is that we look like professional broadcast people.
I got a pair I bought about a year ago. They're Conair. I think I got them at Best Buy, but I bought them because they just looked so freaking cool.
Oh, Mike, you need to be wearing them. You should be wearing them, Mike.
I know.
I think you should wear those while you're flying outside, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, and people will really think you're cool. I mean, those things.
Hey. They're not plugged in, Mike. They look cool. You should be wearing them. Yeah, there you go.
It looks a lot better, Mike. A lot better. Now you look like a pro.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Now it's funny, Mitch. I've got my mic out in front of the computer here, and I don't have headphones on, and I'm listening to the computer speakers, and I'm not getting any feedback.
Well, you don't have this. You must not have them on real loud.
Not real loud, but I think this is the live mic. I'm tapping on it.
Go ahead and tap on it. I don't know. It doesn't sound like it.
I hear it.
Yeah, but it sounds like the other mic that's picking it up is, if you tap on a live mic, it goes.
And now I'm talking in close to it.
I think you might be using a different mic. You know how to find the settings in Hangout? You go up to the little gear icon, click it.
Let me. I don't want to do it now and then give you some feedback. So
Cardosa Media has joined us in Art Code Drone Solutions.
Yeah, Art was here a little earlier. Welcome back. And I think that you know what I think was with these trolls? I think, believe it or not, that they were getting some of these people get recommendations based on your keywords to come into your stream, because a whole slew of them came in at one time, and one of them actually said, "Why was I directed to come here?" So, you know, it's possible that that YouTube's doing me a favor and trying to get me some traffic. I wish they'd stop.
They're doing it the hard way.
Yeah.
There had to be something behind that, because I've never seen so many in a row like that.
Oh, I've seen that happen on Poose's channel. I've seen it happen to Roger. I've seen it happen to Bill, the drone reviewer. I mean, it happens to a lot of people for some reason.
I haven't seen that many in a row like that, but I mean, that's the kind of thing you have on Twitch, you know, with the gamers and stuff. They do that stuff all the time.
Hey, Mike Roach, click on that gear icon.
Let's see. I'm looking for. Oh, right. Okay.
It's right up next to the red phone. Don't hit the red phone. You'll hang up. But click on the gear icon and then look at what it says for microphone.
Okay.
And there's a drop down.
Okay, it's in default microphone right now.
Yeah. What are the other options you have there?
Let's see. Yeah, it's showing. I might give you. I'm gonna hit it. I'll switch back if it gives you feedback. And I think now I've got it on the other mic.
Yes, you do. Now you're talking through the Audio Technica.
Are you getting any feedback?
No, but it sounds a hell of a lot better.
Oh, does it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. I'll save that in, and now I can see the speaker. And now,
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
okay,
that. Now you're talking on that one. If you move it a little closer to you, it'll sound even better.
Now I sound like a professional, like Ken Herron.
Yes, you do. Although last night we couldn't hear Ken Herron at all for the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, I had him on for a while, but he's an hour behind me, you know, in the time zone, and he goes till like 9:30, you know, our time here, and I'm just, you know, I'm starting to wrap up my evening about that time. You know,
what did we lose? Oh, Mikey's back, but we lost you. We lost you from.
And came back. Yeah.
Although last night we couldn't hear Ken. Somebody's got their live stream on.
That's Philly.
Oh, Mike, mute your live stream.
Okay, how about that? Am I good?
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Yeah. What happened to Hugh from Asgard? Did he go?
Hugh's gone.
There it goes again. I'm just dropping right out, guys.
Osby drone just started, and that's why iSpike took off.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, the two of them, between Kelly at Ready Set Drone and Osby Drone, there's probably going to be a lot of people. I had planned on doing this till about 7 o'clock tonight. So, when the rest of the people start firing it up, and we've been here almost 2 hours now. So, it worked out good. It was a good time to squeeze in between everybody.
Yeah.
Pepito stopped in to say hi to Michael. Oh, Mike's gone. Michael's gone.
Yeah, Michael's been coming and going. I don't know if he's having some problems or
yeah.
I don't think he went anywhere else. Here he comes.
Yeah,
he's back
coming
in.
back.
What's the matter, Mike? You having problems?
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Yeah, just dropping right out. I got awesome internet, so it's really weird. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, it's working great. I mean, you look good, sound good.
Yeah, I pay extra for really fast internet too. So it's.
I was just saying, Pepito was in talking to you, Michael.
Yeah. What's that? Say that again.
Yeah, Pepito was just here talking to you.
Oh, who?
Well, he wasn't here, but I mean in the chat.
Pepito.
Okay, let me look at Pepito.
He says, Michael, for the love of dog.
For the love of dog, he says, stayed up all night waiting for your live stream, then fell asleep just before you came on. That's funny.
Pepito, I'm so sorry, Pepito.
We'll make Pepito a moderator, so to make up for his.
Give Pepito some blue pants.
Yeah, we did. We gave him some.
Did you hear about the dyslexic atheist?
Oh, here we go.
The dyslexic atheist didn't believe there was a dog.
Take my wife, please.
There we go. I know there's some sound effects called for here.
Yeah. Watch it, Mitch. Watch it. Be professional.
I am. I am professional.
I should mention that somebody said blue pants. iSpike calls blue wrenches blue pants.
Super cape. He calls them blue suit. Blue super cape.
Superman cape or something like that.
Now he calls it the Superman cape. It used to be blue jeans or something. Blue jeans.
That's right. Blue jeans.
Whose phone? Gary, is that you? Whose phone is ringing?
That ain't me.
All right, stopped. That's good.
There you.
Or is that somebody with a sound effects machine?
No, I think.
I love that.
Yeah, that was my phone ringing. I just mute the mic now.
Oh, okay.
For a cheap sound machine, you can get apps which are free, which have 400 sound effects, and you can put the buttons where you want them on your iPad or your iPhone.
What do you think I got in front of me here?
let me guess.
Oh man, you guys haven't seen. Before we go, I'll have to show you all the latest improvement to my setup. I moved all of this stuff here that was over to the side over here. Excuse me. I put it in front of me now, so I have my sound mixer here and the tablet with all the push buttons here. Damn. See? So that's the latest. Now I don't have to be looking sideways all the time. I have most of the stuff's right in front of me. Well, I can be even more obnoxious. Even more annoying.
We'd think you were a pilot.
Mitch, with your iPad with the sound effects, is that plugged in to your console, or is that just audio coming out?
No, it's plugged into my mixer, and it's got its own stereo channel, so I can adjust the volume, and it mixes it in with whatever background music I play on my notebook, and also in with the microphone input. So that's that little Zoom
What kind of a
H6.
mixer have you got?
It's a Zoom H6. It's a portable digital recorder, 6-channel digital recorder. It's got built-in microphones too, but I'm not using those right now. And it's nice because it takes the XLR inputs and it provides phantom power and does everything that our mixing console does. But it's also a portable recorder, and I bought it not for this. I bought it when I started doing some commercial work because there's times when I actually had to record some things out on some of the jobs I was doing. And it turns out it works great as a little mixer here. And then it has a USB output, Jim, that connects to the computer and acts as an audio interface into the computer. So everything just goes in that way. Works great.
It sounds good. It's a very advanced recorder. I mean, Ken has it's not a Zoom. It's I forget what brand he uses, but he records everything with an external sound device. And I don't think he doesn't use it for a mixer or anything though. But he's in a radio station, and they've got stuff there anyway. You know.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, he might have a Tascam. That's another brand. They make a lot of these things. But this little Zoom H6 is really a neat device, and I wasn't using it. It was just sitting in my bag, and at least now it's getting used for something anyway. And this is an old tablet this is a Nexus 7 from 2013 that's been buried in a drawer, and I pulled it out and using it for the sound effects thing here. And then I've got a Elgato Stream Deck. You know what that is, Jim?
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, and I can just switch scenes and do all kinds of stuff just by pushing those buttons. So I feel like a professional here. Now, if I just, if I knew what I was doing or had something to say important, I'd have a big ass audience. It'd be great.
Well, you know what? You're having fun with it, right?
I'm having a ball. I'm having a good, and you guys are great. And I'm making a lot of new friends with this. And I'm going to very shortly try to actually live stream me flying on the FPV on the simulator. Now that's going to be fabulous. Crash City for
Ken Heron said he told me a few days ago that he's moving out of the radio station, and which he's basically taken over, and he's going to have a studio set up in his house, which is just a few miles away.
I thought he lived at the radio station, to tell you the truth. Where the red barn there, I thought maybe he lived upstairs or something like that.
No, he doesn't live there. That's he doesn't own that station. It's just a radio station he works for, but he sort of took the place over.
Right.
He lives in a normal house, just a few miles away in Huntington, and he's moving out of that house into another house, and he's going to put the studio upstairs and have a nice little room for it. Because right now, I mean, with all that equipment at the radio station, when he's home or on the way home or gets up in the morning, he has to go all the way to the station to make edits and all that stuff, and he's wasting a lot of time driving around. So
that new computer of his is at the station?
Yeah, it's his computer, but it's at the that thing's cost about $5,000.
Yeah, I know. He kind of went overboard with that, didn't he?
Yeah, he got about 4 times the horsepower that he actually needs, but he'll be set for a while.
Yeah, I imagine. Well,
have you ever seen the video he did of he was at his father's house on the lake there? Yeah. Holy moly. You see that place? That was a mansion, baby. Yeah. That was a pretty sweet. He had to take a golf cart to go get the mail. Yeah. Literally. I mean, and it's a gated community, and I'm thinking, what company does this guy own?
Yeah, he's flying the Phantom indoors, wasn't he?
It was terrific. Yeah. I mean, I've flown my Phantom indoors too, but I hit the ceiling lights with it.
Yeah. I got 6-foot ceilings.
Right.
Hey guys, I got 13 dislikes here. How about that? That's a new record for me.
That's got to be the trolls, right?
Well, what do you think? That's it's flattering to know that I'm that important, that I matter that much to somebody, that they have to go out of their way to dislike.
What I've done, and Poos has done it too, and I think they set me up to it, is I've disabled the dislike and the like counts.
How do you do that?
I can see them, but they can't. When you put your video up,
okay,
right, you go into the advanced settings.
Okay.
And you can just disable that.
Oh.
So mine, if you click on the like, you get the little blue light comes on the thumbs up.
Correct.
Right? But it doesn't give you a number.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It gives me the number. Now, this is part of the creator protest that was started in Australia. And what they're doing is they're trying to get YouTube to stop using the like and dislike button. They think it's a form of cyberbullying.
Well, it is.
It is, yeah. It can be used for that.
No. And so on my videos, the new ones, the last few, if you click on the like, you don't see the number come up. I can see it in my analytics, but it's not in the video.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
We got a fellow DumbTube said, "Hey everyone," and I'll say hello, DumbTube, and he has a channel and he has some subscribers.
Internet
so I
keeps
don't
just
think he's a
freezing.
troll, so don't kill him right off the bat.
What's going on?
Give him a chance to hang himself.
Yeah, give him
I'm going to say goodbye. I've got.
Yeah, we're going to be wrapping it up here pretty soon.
It's a little loud.
And he has a channel and he has some subscribers.
Internet keeps just freezing.
Who's playing the feedback
right off the bat? What's going on?
Somebody turned on their live stream audio.
Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye. You guys take the rest of the night off.
Good night, Gary.
Have some fun. Don't dance with anybody else.
See you later, Gary.
Okay, thanks for stopping by. And I think
a pressure. It's been a pressure.
I think
a pleasure. Sorry, pleasure, not pressure.
All right. Good night, Gary. And I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys.
Okay.
You know, I've planned on doing a couple hours, and we did a couple hours, and it was great. And before everybody just deserts a sinking ship here, I'll go out in style. So
good job. Good job.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for nipping all those trolls on me. And I don't know how that happened. And, you know, it's just part of living in this world, man. There's just people out there that are miserable, have no life of their own, and all they get their jollies out of is just disrupting other people's lives. And what goes around comes around. That's all I can tell them. Believe me.
Hey, Mitch, thanks for the opportunity, man. And all you guys, thank you so much. It was so nice to see all of you. And I hope to see you again soon, all of you. Michael.
Yeah, my next live stream will probably be Tuesday morning, or unless something moves me over the weekend. But I want to do 2, maybe no more than 3 of these a week. And I don't want to overdo it and overstay my welcome with anybody. So thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. And everybody in the chat room who's still here: Pepito, iSpike, Phil, Mike, you're there, DumbTube, sorry you got in on the end of this thing, Mike Sarney, who else we got in there? Ricky Dove, thanks for hanging around so long. Jim Wallace, thank you so much for coming in and appreciate it. Artco, I don't know if you're still here or not, but all you guys, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you the next time.
Yeah.
And with that,
later, guys. Later, all of you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Okay, everybody. We'll go out on that note. Good night, guys.